What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Our brother Cory Hardrict has been having a rough year. He lost his wife, and I've never been married, but I can at least kind of guess how that happened or how that could affect you because, my mom and dad divorced and then losing part of your family. And then, probably the worst part about that is that you're trying to stay in the marriage. You want your wife. You don't want your wife to leave you. You're still trying to get her to stay. And from what I can understand with the untrained eye, it looked like she was giving the dude mixed signals. On one hand, she would be still trying to, hang out with him. And it seemed as if they were getting back together. And then people would, say negative things about him. And then, she would be liking posts on that. So it just came to a point where the brother had just, he had publicly pleaded for her. He loved his wife, he wanted to stay with her. And then she went and then she pretty much bashed the guy. She was saying that, she's tired of, pretty much sacrificing her own life for him to be who he is. And it was almost somewhat what I would say like raising a child, something like that, right? So the guy never took no shots at her, no sneak disses at her. The guy, and again, he wasn't, nobody until really he met her, it appears. But the brother still wanted to be married to her. He's still doing his thing. He's still a good actor, but he got tired of all of that, right? So the divorce is on and cracking. She doing her thing, and most of us see Tia Mowry out here on TikTok, Instagram, crying for love again, all of this stuff, right? We all think that she's looking foolish in many of the stuff, most of the things she posts, okay? And people want to know, because a lot of women still like Cory Hardrict, right? Does he have a girlfriend and is he trying to date? And I don't want to play the 9 Mag TV clip because I don't want it to get flagged because it had some music in the background. But the brother comes out and says this: I don't got no girlfriend. I got work and my kids. Now, let me say this. I've seen this sort of attitude with dudes and men in general that have been married. They've had families, and some of these guys, after one experience, right? Those become the guys that become passport bros. Or those become the guys that become MGTOWs. Or those become the guys that are like the most anti-marriage guys. Those guys are on fire in the manosphere. And we want to know why, right? And I think I know why. These dudes are more concerned about worrying about themselves. Because let me tell you something. And very few men in today's world feel like they're going to get something in long-term relationships. And guys who have been married for a long period of time, especially if you started off that marriage where you were not making as much money as she was, you don't really know what it feels like to be a man. And I've seen this with guys that get with women that are older than them. Like in my own case, my mother was 5 years older than my father. So we already starting off where she don't really respect him like that. He's a husband, but you ain't got enough real experience to deal with me. I'm kind of son husband you. I see my own dad go through that. And then you've been in that sort of situation for 15 or 14 years, 20 years, 25 years. And here's what I really think, man. In those situations, you don't really know yourself as a man. You don't really know yourself. You don't really know what it is that you can do, or you don't really know what you can like, and you haven't taken the time to really assess, transitioning from being a married man to a single man. And that's a big transition. It's a big transition being a single man going to a married man. Even living with a woman is hard for a lot of brothers, right? So just imagine you seeing your kids every day, used to being, married every day, and you got to go through that. And then here's the scary part about that. I'm gonna tell you, most guys find it kind of nice having their own peace and quiet. I'm gonna tell you, like some dudes, after having so many relationships or having so many ladies, and then the problems that those bring, like, I'm not saying he ain't got no side piece or whatever, but when you dealing with something that's just like that, man, it's a hassle, man. Relationships can be hard, and women can be challenging. I don't care at what age you dealing with them at. They can be challenging, man. And a lot of times, a lot of men, they get back out there so quick, you don't even get a chance to heal, get to know yourself, get to do anything for yourself, take some time for yourself. You already in a demanding career, you got kids. The last thing you want, man, is headaches. Your phone ran up, where you been? And that's something else too. Let me say this real quick, right? When you're a very successful guy, you got things to do. And I'm gonna tell you like this is my own personal opinion. When you're dealing with certain ladies who not used to dealing with men like that, now they might be busy and successful, but now whenever they call you, you're supposed to stop whatever you're doing to talk to them. Hello, whatever they doing, you supposed to stop, because they want to talk to you, because they want to see what that's how it is. You're doing what you got to do. Here they are bothering you every goddamn time, and you just be getting, you'll be losing patience with some of these chicks, man. You're like, your strings be real, your patience be thin. You got stuff you got to do. Look, I told you I'll call you back at X, Y, and Z. Here they are blowing you up and whatever it is. You're like, you know what? Let me just go ahead on and block you. Get you up out of my life. I already told you. You bothering me. Trying to get you into, being where you been at, who calling your phone, trying to go through your phone and stuff. They don't pay the bill and everything. Man, it's hassles, man. And it's hassles, especially when you figuring like you're not getting nothing out of it. Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. And I'm gonna tell you another thing too. Some guys, after being married, think about, what if I were to put this work into myself? See, it's the thing, like when men start thinking, like when the light starts turning on green and everything like that. Like, what if I were to put this time into myself? Because let me tell you something, man. If you're a business owner or a father or a wife or a husband, rather, right? Business owner, nonprofits, if you're not shady, father, husband. All those things require a lot of sacrifice, man. Especially being a husband. It's a lot of sacrificing. People entitled. You got to do things. Don't nobody ever care about how you feel. You got to always be there. You sacrifice it. And then it don't work out. 14 years for it to not work out. What if and you looking at people like Jamie Foxx, Nick Cannon, having it their way. And you had to be married for 14, 15 years, and you feel like you ain't getting nothing from it. You could have went and had a baby and put your and took your name off the income and put it in your business name and be paying $2,000 child support dollars and ain't never got to deal with her. Ain't got to have no child support or have no attachment to her. A lot of brothers are thinking about that now. Man, look at how their lives are. I can still have my kids. I ain't got to deal with her. But man, all of that building, it went for what? Nothing. It's failed. And a lot of men say, ain't gonna be me no more though. And that's why marriages is going down and down. All of that money, all of that cost, all of that effort to go down the drain. So guys, what you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.